the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie for your Friday podcast. Kate Ritchie's not here, right? She's left the office, but we've decided to do the call out for her because she is so infatuated with the Matildas, right? And not just the girls themselves, but the game of soccer. Kate looks back at her career, and because she was working so hard as a child, she never really got to be a part of a team. We've actually convinced her to get involved. Yeah. So we are looking for a women's soccer team that we can get Kate Ritchie involved with. If you've got a social team that Kate could come along, and let me tell you, there's a bit of fire in that belly when it comes to Kate Ritchie. She'd be a great striker. And I tell you what, she's headbutted a few people here in the office as well. She'd be great in front of the goals with her head. But if you've got a soccer team and you would like Kate to be involved, can you go to our Instagram account, the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie Instagram account, DM us there, give us your details, and we'd love to get Kate on your team.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It's a chain of cafes, and they're called the Good News Coffee. There is a sign they've decided to put on the door, and I reckon this is awesome. It says, "Smile to get a free coffee."
Well, that's quite simple.
Very simple.
They'd be giving away free coffee all day, wouldn't they?
They invite people to walk through the door, and if you approach the counter with a smile, you will receive your coffee order for free.
I don't think it's financially viable, to be honest with you. But
some people have come out and said, it says here, not everyone was impressed with the sign. Some people saying they hated being told how to feel. I won't be forced into behaving in a certain way. Go away.
Could you walk
Charge
in and
double.
Could you walk in and go, good day, idiot. I'll have a free latte. What an absolute idiot. That's costing you a couple of cents.
But if you want to set the tone of a cafe, right? If you want to set the feel and the mood of a cafe, I reckon that is a great idea. And you know what? You're going to turn up there, and it's like being at a service station where they don't make any money on fuel. You're going to walk up there and go, "Hi, how are you? Great to see you. Have you noticed my smile? Free coffee." So you're going to get your free coffee, and then you go, "Oh, why I'm here? Can I get 3 croissants, some banana bread, and a loaf of whatever?" So you're going to be spending anyway because you know you're saving money on the coffee. So I reckon that is a very clever idea.
Coffee's very different to ours, though, in the US, isn't it? They don't really go in to buy themselves their lattes, do they? It's out of the... What is it? It's just... It's pre-prepared coffee, isn't it?
It's crap, isn't it?
It's crap.
Well, it's not well regarded. I don't want to be a coffee snob because I know nothing about coffee. But you're right, often it's just the pot on the boil, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And you go into you have your breakfast in the morning and it's just the pot. Yeah, it's the latest pot that they've just put together.
I mean, if you were to take it further and go... Okay. Hug for a coffee? So smile, maybe throw in a hug as well?
You can't touch the clients. That's the thing.
For a free coffee, you just have someone standing there at the counter. Free hug for a coffee.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, you
kiss
get
for a coffee?
There's got... No, what about you... You do something nice for someone, but the thing then you've got to prove it. Jeez, you'd be just there. You'd be working in that store.
Far too
okay,
hard.
mate. If you help that old lady with her shopping, how do I know? Okay, you've taken a photo. All right, here's your coffee.
Here's your coffee. Oh, no, I think we could draw the line at kiss for a coffee. Oh, maybe toast for a tickle. You know, it depends how much you want to get to know your customers. Start with a smile, guys, all right? We should do that at Nova, Tom. Free keyring if you turn up to reception with a smile.
Oh, I love that.
You won't get up to level 5.
No, well, it's obviously...
It's a safe bet and the keyrings are broken.
Give it a shot.
Give it a go. All right, Swans.
What have we got in our promo box at the moment, Tom?
Yeah, tell me what we got.
Oh, I mean there's always plenty.
Like trading's toilet
Fitzy,
paper.
Fitzy and Whipper fly swatters are still there. We've still got some tailor-made TP5 golf balls, branded Fitzy and Whipper.
Yeah.
So you can smash the head out of our face playing golf.
Some lip balm, Tom. Have we got the Fitzy and Whipper lip balms?
Yeah, we do. And the beach towels, perfect for a day like today.
Tom, with the toilet paper roll with the tradie nicknames on it, we've got 208 rolls available. It's been like that for 3 years.
Yeah.
Tommy, the item that has been in most demand, which we've run out of, is the squat and poof.
Yes.
50s talcum powder.
Oh, that is...
Squat, a little bit of fluff up the bum.
Actually, Tommy, I'm out of my squat and poof if you do have some around.
Look, I'll add it to my list for today. The last...
Looks like the Easter Bunny stepped in his undies.
I think you gave the last lot to Gladys Berejiklian.
And she loved it.
She did.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going a little bit too hard. I think my
You've been
poofs are
poofing hard,
a
have you?
bit too big.
Okay.
I do a big poof at the end, and then unfortunately I'm already halfway through the...
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Opening ceremony tomorrow morning, 4:30. Get up and watch it. But some of the events have already kicked off. Australia, unfortunately, the Matildas, 3-0. Germany got us, but it was still good to see the girls out there, Kate.
Just so lovely to see them out on the pitch. I know it meant we all had to get up that little bit early, but it just reminded me of when we were watching them
World Cup.
during the World Cup.
Imagine if the Matildas can win a gold medal.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, it'd be huge.
I mean, imagine this. Imagine if I could...
What? Be Matilda.
Okay, well, maybe I can never win a gold medal, but what if I could play a game of soccer for a women's team? Because after watching, it just got me thinking about what we were talking about last week.
Yep. Team sports.
Team sports, the fact that I didn't actually play as part of a team when I was growing up or through school. I did a bit of dancing, and of course I was working on Home and Away because I didn't really have the time to participate or to commit. And now that my daughter is playing team sport, it's just so lovely. Like even the feeling on the sideline. Maybe we haven't got into the age bracket where everyone's going a bit mad and the parents are incredibly
setting off flares and stuff.
Competitive. But I think we even had a lovely guy, Darren, I think from Kemps Creek, and he trained his daughter's team.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how great it is and how lovely it is to see them run out there and unite.
Mate, after 3 games from Division 2, we got bumped up to Division 1.
Oh, yes.
Bang.
At that age, young girls, they pick it up real quick, right? Me personally, my daughter plays in the team, and I believe she's just made new 11 best friends.
I'm just wondering, I don't think we can do it here. There's too much going on in the office already, but maybe if there is a women's team
That'd be great.
out there
Be great.
for the old round ball, is that what I'm trying to pick up the lingo?
The world game.
The striker Ritchie.
I'd love to see you pull on the boots, jog out there. If you could join a soccer team for one game, like just one game.
Well, maybe
And everybody knows.
I'll probably pull a hammy or something.
everybody
So
knows.
Would you
that
be in
kick it to
goals? Would you be Mackenzie Arnold? Could you be just like diving left to right and saving your team?
Well, there's a lot of pressure. That's what I sense at kids' sport is not many people are putting their hand up to be the goalie. So, I mean, I'm happy to do a bit of time in the goals, but
Okay.
I think
Well, here,
I'd
I'll
like
kick
to
a couple
run
of
down
balls
the
at you
side.
No.
No, that's all I'm saying. This could fall very flat and no one might call. But 13, 24, 10. If you do have a women's team, if maybe you think I have something to offer apart from running water.
Oh, we'll make it big. If you get on a team, the whole Nova family will get behind it, Kate Ritchie.
Even if
getting
it's
a
on
few-
the weekend?
Oh, yeah, we'll do it.
Have a look at that. We are getting calls already, Kate Ritchie.
Here we go. There's some
Look at
teams
that.
out there.
Take your details. Maybe we'll get back to you next week. I'll freak out over it.
Yeah, you'll need to
I'll
start
have a freak
training.
out over the weekend. Anyway, thanks for your support, guys.
Give us a call if you want Kate Ritchie playing in your team. I would love to see that.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
So we're less than 24 hours away now. How good is this? To the opening ceremony, and we kick off tomorrow night, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We start our swimming heats. The women's 100-metre butterfly, and this lady she has excelled so much in the pool for us over the years, and she joins us live from Paris now. Kate Campbell, welcome.
Welcome, Kate.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Kate, is that just, on a personal note, is there something sweet about actually not being in the Olympic Village and being tucked away in a nice hotel and not on a cardboard bed?
Oh, look, a huge part of me kind of wishes that I was in the village and I got to go in today and see the rest of the team. But another part of me is happy that I can drink champagne and eat croissants and sleep in a comfortable bed.
You
And
deserve it.
When I was at the airport lounge and they said, Miss Campbell, would you like a champagne? I said, yes, please.
You've never said that before heading to an Olympics, have you?
Never said that before.
You deserve it.
So like Emma McKeon and Ariane Titmus, they start for Australia in the heats. The women's 400-metre freestyle, 100-metre butterfly, that starts at 7 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. So, Kate, tell us, are these ladies, are they even sleeping at the moment? Are the nerves so full on at the moment that you got to watch what you eat, you got to try to get some rest? How nerve-wracking is it at this stage?
At this point, your whole mind and your whole being and your whole persona is focused on being at your absolute best. It's kind of exhausting living in this state because you second guess every decision. You're like, should I go for a walk or should I save my legs? I kind of feel like a coffee, but maybe I should rest and sleep. Should I eat this now or should I have it later? Do I catch up with friends and family from home or is that going to make me frustrated and angry?
Yeah, I can imagine because you've worked so hard.
It's exhausting being in that because, and I think that we now have a team who has been to multiple Olympics and we have, defending Olympic champions in the team. And so they'll be probably in a better space than some of our young guns. We have a little 17-year-old girl on the team. So I'm sure that she's in all sorts. I ideally hope that she's not doing schoolwork. Surely not.
Surely not.
They couldn't do that to her.
Can I ask, Kate, I mean, I know there are so many athletes and so many great swimmers in our team that you're excited to watch, but if there was one event with one swimmer in it that you will not miss, what is the event you're going to be glued to?
No, don't make me do that.
Come on.
That's like choosing between children.
Yes,
all right,
it is.
All right.
Which one?
If I had to pick one, okay. My baby is the 4x100 freestyle relay because I've been a part of that for so long, and my sister is competing in that.
Awesome.
But there are 4 athletes in that, so I can't just pick one. So my sister is number one because family comes first. Women's 200-metre freestyle. It is going to be an Australia show. We have Ariane Titmus, who broke the world record at the Australian Olympic Trials just a couple of weeks ago, but she took that away from her squad mate, Molly O'Callaghan.
Yeah, Molly.
So both Molly and Arnie went under the old world record, but Arnie went faster. So, and they're nearly a second ahead of the next person in the field. So just watch it. They are going to go stroke for stroke. They're going to be battling it out. They train together. They both have the same coach, Dean Boxall. So that one is just, I think there's a real chance of an Aussie 1-2 and a high chance of a world record.
Awesome.
So that one's unmissable.
200 free.
So, Kate, your favourite event, you were just saying, so tomorrow night we've got the heats of the women's and the men's 4x100 metre freestyle. And now, for everybody else, okay, we're pretty confident that we're going to get through to the final of that. So that will be around about 4:30 our time Sunday morning will be the finals for that. Kate, is that correct?
Yes. So swimming finals will start at 4:30 in the morning. And Australia, can I just say that the athletes who are competing over here have spent years getting up at 4:30 in the morning. Yep. You can roll out of bed.
Yep.
You can go sit on your couch. You can have a cup of coffee. You don't even have to get out of your pajamas. These swimmers have had to get in cold swimming pools.
Yes.
They have been up before dark. They've foregone Christmases, birthdays, weddings, public holidays don't exist for swimmers. The least you can do is get out of bed and support them. So 4:30 is when the finals start, and we have 4 medals on offer on day one. We have the men's and the women's 400-metre freestyle. And then we have the 2 relays. And I would say that it is going to be a gold rush for Australia. And get out of bed.
Get out of bed, guys.
Kate Campbell, that is a great advertisement right there. Australians, Sunday morning, 4:30. We need you up. We need you supporting in your bedrooms. Send it all through to Kate. You're doing an amazing job, Kate. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Just quickly, one idea, because I know you love the Americans and the chant and the cowbell. I'm trying to think of what we can do to make noise so we don't hear that cowbell and that you don't end up punching somebody. My only idea is we get Jimmy Barnes poolside to scream over the top of it on behalf of Australia.
Great. I love that. He's got a good set of pipes on him, and
I'll leave it with me.
I'm all for that.
I'm here to work with you.
To be honest, the more the cowbell rings, the more it fires up us Aussies. So bring it on.
Love it.
Well done. You can catch Kate on 9 and 9 now. Kate, you are an absolute legend. Enjoy your Olympics and let's bring home some gold.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kate. Bye-bye.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Do you know what I find humorous, you guys?
Oh, here we go. Because this makes me nervous.
Viral videos on Brown Cardigan or something where someone's doing a doughy or a burnout and they had no idea that there was an undercover cop right there.
That's funny.
And 13 24 10, I'd love to hear from you. What did you get busted doing? Had no idea that there was an undercover cop around.
Okay. What do you got?
Is
it that jumper you're wearing, Crimes Against Fashion?
I love this cop because, you know what, he's actually trying to look after a family here. Facebook Marketplace, and he's selling his brand new Jeep. Now, he's taken $5,000 off for a quick sale. Now, I wouldn't usually believe people on Facebook Marketplace if they're trying to give you a bargain, but he just wanted to offload it, and a beautiful couple have rocked up, said they've got 3 young kids and they're struggling at the moment. So, usually he could sell it for $17,000, but he said, guys, I'm touched by your story. I'm going to give it to you for $12,000.
Oh, that's a good feel-good story.
Great, I love that.
She's gone, thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to us. We'll transfer $11,000 through to you now, and then the other $1,000 when we get the registration changed over at Service New South Wales tomorrow. So he's gone, okay, sweet. I haven't seen it being cleared yet, but I've seen that you've done the transfer. No worries. I'll wait for it to go through tomorrow. Here's the Jeep. Look after yourselves. Have a great life. He's been stitched up.
Oh, no, why?
So then he's rung the bank the next day. It said it still hasn't gone through yet. Hasn't been cleared.
No.
Then they found out that it was a cheque that they submitted and it was a stolen cheque. So they would not even, because it's dodgy activity, they can't even try to put it through.
No.
Because it comes from someone else's account. And now he's starting to get a few of his mates who are coppers to track this couple down.
Okay, you don't want to be that guy right now.
Them and the 3 kids.
Yeah, you don't want to be that person.
Well, I don't know if there's 3 kids.
Oh, I
there.
know. I'm just playing along. I'm trying to play along. I'm a sucker for a good story, Fitz.
Mate, it happened. Did you see the story during the week where the couple lost $100,000 there on the project? Yeah. So this guy receives a phone call. He said that they gave me details about myself that only the bank would know. They then sent me, because I said, well, how do I know it's the bank? They then sent me a confirmation text message, which he then looked at and read the PIN back. So they had his number and the text message came through looking exactly like other correspondence he'd had with the bank. He then gave them his final PIN code and they took $100,000, the life savings.
That makes me feel
heartbreaking.
Sick.
Scary, isn't it?
I have done that a couple of times.
What, stolen $100,000?
Yes, and got away with it. I'm up to about $800,000 in doing it. No, but I haven't believed the bank.
I've done that too. I never do.
And found out that the bank has gone, in an email, gone, no, we're serious. We're trying to ring you about some dodgy activity on your account. And I said, well, mate, I do play the pokies. I'm not laundering money. I'm there for 4 hours.
It's a bit of me time.
You've always got to ring them back. Like, just stop, hang up and ring them back. And don't answer a number you don't know. Like, come on, guys. They're out there and they're ripping people off. Yeah. $50 billion we lost last year.
In Australia?
Yep. In Australia only, to scammers.
Oh.
My God. We have got $1 billion to give away on this show, Tommy. Is that right?
Yeah,
We're not scammers.
Let's do it.
We are not scammers.
First caller through.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
You cannot miss out on this. The Sydney Swans, they take on the Western Bulldogs this Sunday at the SCG. I tell you what, the SCG is flying at the moment. What a great atmosphere. I mean, people are going there to pick up.
Yeah, the singles events.
There's singles events at the SCG every home Swans game, Kate.
But what do you think you're going to find at a Swans game?
Actually, we're going to ask this man about it just to see how big it's going. But if you want to grab tickets at afl.com.au to get along, you can do that. But Brodie Grundy joins us in the studio.
Brodie, hello, buddy.
Hello, everyone.
I'm
Good to be
so
back.
sorry that we're not going to open with a question like that, are we?
No, well, let's open with what you just mentioned off air, which I think is awesome, because you've noticed that Ben Cousins is doing his Dancing with the Stars, and you said, when I retire one day, I would love to do Dancing with the Stars. That's why I come in here to lift my profile.
Goodness gracious me.
Can you dance, bros?
Look, mate, I don't have a rhythmic bone in my body.
Don't you?
Do I, sing or dance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm blessed that I landed on my feet, kicking a Sharon
You
around.
have other skills.
With a footy in your hand, though, you can dance out of the middle sometimes,
Wow.
Brodie. That's the way that you've got to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's poetic, and I appreciate that. But I'm a little bit of a realist, Fitzy. So sometimes you've got to accept your flaws. And
I have got a post-occupation for you, post-football, Brodie Grundy, because you know what? You take us into the world of an AFL player that we don't usually get to see. And I have been loving your photography skills after a game. So you go around the change rooms, usually this is after a win. Boys are celebrating, and you get some amazing shots of the boys that we don't usually get to see.
That shot of Heaney doing was it the windsurfer? I thought that was amazing.
I don't know what the windsurfer is, but
That one, but it might have been the hamburger.
I thought it was the Eiffel Tower, to be honest with you. No, it is. It is
Oh my
great.
God.
Who looks into the camera the best? Like, who is the model down at the Sydney Swans? Will Hayward's a good-looking man.
yeah, he is. He's a good-looking man, and he's from South Australia, and that's probably why he's a good-looking young rooster. You know who's underrated is probably Dane Rampy, I would have thought.
Really?
And I'm trying to get him in front of the camera a little bit more, but he's a little bit discreet. He sort of likes to go sort of under the radar, and it would mean a lot, I think, if you guys endorsed him to sort of get in front of the camera a bit more.
Mate, last week we were talking about champagne showers and the fact that Jude Bolton actually started this when he was in Vegas, and then all of a sudden he looked over and there was LMFAO and Redfield and the guys stealing his chant, champagne showers. You did a bit of research at the club, mate?
Yeah, well, I immediately went straight to the club after the studio last time I was in here, went up to Jared McVeigh, and
Yes.
I said, what happened that fateful night in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
And he said, absolutely categorically true, that happened.
It's amazing.
And then, a couple of weeks later or a month later, that song was out. So
Showers.
it would have been
by Jude Bolton.
It would have been better if it was a song like Hey Jude or something, but to know it was an LMFAO song called Champagne Showers.
Would have been
probably
weirder if Bolts had got back to the booth and started singing Hey Jude off the top of his head. That would have been an amazing story. Bros, can we talk? We mentioned this also last time, the audio of Tom Papley's dad, when he rang him to say, I've been given another job offer, which I think I'm going to take. We've got the audio here. This was a moment. Papley called his dad to say he was thinking about doing other things than playing footy. Have a listen.
Davo. What's going on? The meeting was pretty interesting yesterday with Tony and Calvin. The Victorian Racing CEO was on there as well. What they've offered Vic Racing is a 10-year contract, and then obviously I just work with them. They need to know by the 6th of June, and I have to tell Horse that I'm going to retire.
A footy?
Yeah.
I think you're crazy. You will rue the day in 15 years' time. Why the did I do that? It's up to you. You know my opinion anyway, don't you? If things fall in the arse, people aren't going to gamble as much. They're always going to go and watch footy, you know. I don't know. It's not just because you're playing AFL. All that hard work will be for nothing, really.
Oh, Dad.
It goes on. It goes on.
We actually had to take quite a few of those expletives out.
How would your dad be, Brad?
I probably wouldn't know that I was playing footy, to be honest. We love Mr. Grundy. We shout out to Dad, but dads are a bit special sometimes.
Yeah, they are. They're a bit different. I love that.
Well, Broads, you know what? You needed this time of the year. You'd rather get these losses out of the way because coming into the final.
These losses? You think they're going to lose again?
Well, they've had a couple of losses already, mate. So what I'm saying is you need to get them out of the way now. Focus on the Bulldogs this Sunday, and if you would like to go along with the SCG, grab tickets at afl.com.au. Good luck this Sunday, buddy, and thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much, team. Thanks for having me.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Riddle time, guys. We fire up. Everybody says, well, a couple of people that have stopped me in the street, this is the soundtrack to our weekend. It's the signal the weekend is here. What? It's time to party when I hear riddle intro. I love it. Absolutely love Riddle Time.
Well, Fitzy's silent, so I don't think
a riddle in itself. I'm trying to think of the answer.
Fitzy goes, his weekend starts when Riddle Time actually comes on. He leaves. Mentally, he switches
my
off.
meditation time for the week.
Okay,
and
here
it's
we go,
all
guys.
about breathing in and out.
I love it.
When they're alone, silence is the only thing that's heard. What has a tongue but doesn't say a word?
Tongue, a groove, something to do with wood.
Is it a shoe?
Perhaps a shoe?
I think I heard Kate Ritchie say it first.
Kate got it in.
I should have said it louder.
Sound of one hand clapping. Here we go. Riddle number 2, guys. You desperately want to keep this, but to do that, you must give it. What is it?
Oh.
Okay. Gonna go again, guys.
Okay,
Pronounce the riddle correctly.
You desperately want to keep this, but to do that, you must give it. What is it?
Love.
No.
Your heart.
Your best.
No.
Perhaps a secret?
No. No, Tom.
I think I need to hear it again.
Okay, here we go, Kate Ritchie. You desperately want to keep this, but to do this, you must give it. What is it?
Your dignity.
No.
I want to keep this. But in order to...
It's not like honesty or something, is it?
No.
The truth?
No. Close. We're dancing.
A shoe.
You've got not a shoe. That was the one beforehand. You desperately want to keep this, but to do that, you must give it. What is it?
Did you say trust?
It's close to that.
Is it trust?
Trust is...
Why is there a dog at the door?
I don't know why there's
Sorry.
a dog. Did the dog want to play Riddle Time?
No, that was me. I just haven't showered.
Sorry.
International Bring Your Dog to Work Day.
Makes sense to have a dog
There's
in the office.
14 dogs outside the studio.
And a couple in here, hey?
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Just perhaps a promise?
Thomas Brian Ivy's got it.
Yes, I knew
It's a promise. Congratulations, Thomas. Here we go. Third riddle. I sit between 2 windows. I lie above a door. I work all day, but I'm often overlooked. What am I?
You got a door, you got a gym.
No, it's not a gym. It's not a gym.
I lie between 2 windows.
Yeah, I sit between 2 windows.
Sit between 2 windows.
I lie above a door. I work all day, but I'm often overlooked. What am I?
It's the welcome home mat.
Your reflection. Is it a reflection or a shadow?
No, but...
How do you sit between 2 windows?
Is it perhaps an archway?
No, it's not, Tom.
Okay.
I sit between 2 windows. I lie above a door. I work all day, but I'm often overlooked. What am I? I even work at night.
Your nose.
Bang!
Yeah! I mean, not. I don't know why that made me.
Your nose is your door. Thank you for playing along. That is Riddle Time.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
The worst apology gifts of all time.
Please forgive me. What a song, Brian Adams.
And I love nothing more than seeing a bloke on his way home from work in a panic station trying to get to a florist because they've done something wrong at home and get some flowers.
That was me yesterday. Except I bought Blossom. Like I went into the florist and there's blossoms.
What, Blossom the kids show?
No.
Yeah, she was awesome.
No, Blossom the tree, the flowering tree. And they had this big
you bought
bunch.
Lisa season 3 of Blossom.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had thorns on it. So I was like, how am I going to get this in the back of the car? I had to put the seats down. But they said, that's our display piece. And I said, yeah, but I want it. So I bought this beautiful blossom And now there's nowhere to put it at home because it's too big.
That's great. That's
it's a great story, that.
No, actually, do you know what? I want to go down the road of, when you complain to a company where you go, look, I bought my Mars bar and it was 3/4 of it was missing. Where was the rest of it? Or you find something in there. I love the people that write to these companies and go, what are you going to do about it?
Yep.
And then you're hoping, Whip, that they write back and go, you know what, Mr. Whipley, we're going to give you a lifetime supply of Tim Tams.
Yeah, you
thanks
always
to
hope.
Arnott's. But I want to hear the deplorable apology gifts that you've received because, this is a doozy. CrowdStrike have emailed all the customers that they've let down.
What have they offered?
For anyone who doesn't know who CrowdStrike is, it was last week where everything went down. Do you remember? You couldn't get on planes. The banks shut down. It was that little Windows display that said you need to restart your computer. So they've written, Dear CrowdStrike partners, we recognise the additional work that the July 19 incident has caused, and for that we send our heartfelt thanks and apologies for the inconvenience. They then go on to tell what the actual problem is, and then they finish off the email with, to express our gratitude, your next cup of coffee or late night snack is on us.
You're kidding me.
Access your $10 Uber Eats credit by using this code.
You're kidding me. They've got Uber Eats on as a partner, so they haven't put their hand in their pocket, and they've used a promotional code for 10%. I reckon I get offered that every time I use Uber or Uber Eats.
It's just the best. What a voucher. A voucher's 3 years now. It's gone out, hasn't it?
It depends where it's from.
Because you know what? A yearly voucher, you forget about them. BJ found the other day.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious? She found $200 in time zone vouchers in a little bowl in the kitchen. Where did we get that from?
Where's time zone these days?
So she said, well, the kids are at school. And I said, I don't care. I went and used the $200 straight away.
Yeah, Broadway.
I had the best time.
I always thank Nova Entertainment as a company at the end of the year because there's always a gift, and it started well. It's faded slightly over the years. Economic headwinds, you might say, Fitz. But I think last time they donated a goat to a village on my behalf. I didn't approve it, and I don't get much out of the goat because braised goat can be fantastic, but I think the village is getting a little bit more use out of it than I would in Rose Bay.
I've still got my Mitsubishi deck chair.
Have you?
Yeah.
There's
I've had some good times in that, which was kind of ironic because I was in the seat section.
Isn't that amazing?
Tommy, I think about that all the time.
Remember Nova gave us the book Don't Sweat the Small Stuff?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was related to me coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning and complaining that Nicki Minaj was playing.
Oh, we're maybe just complaining about your sweating.
Oh, so Prince Andrew wouldn't have got that book.
Well, I walked around the office yesterday. I think they should be handing out the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a
Because there's no one here.
Fitz in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.